Ow, did I brush my hair this morning? Aua. Was ist das? Okay. Guten Morgen. Ich heiße G. That's all I know in German. What's up everyone, my name is G and I have a pretty cool video today. If you are new, my name is G. I am a mental health and lifestyle YouTuber. I make YouTube videos on anything to do with my bipolar and my own mental health and my own personal experiences with my journey of working towards better mental health. I also every now and then make completely ridiculous videos because it's my channel and I want it to be fun and serious. But today is going to be a serious one, so I wanted to discuss a little bit about some medications that I've tried in the past and my experiences with them. So this is going to be a new series where I'm going to talk about the medications that I have tried. Before I get started, I just wanted to remind you all that if you are new and if mental health is something that you are super passionate about, you are going to love my content. So make sure that you are subscribed, like this video if you liked it, and yeah, go and spread positive vibes everywhere. Why can't I speak today? Little disclaimer before I start, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a doctor, I have a master's in science, but that's about it. I am not a trained professional to tell you whether you need to take sertraline or not. So please, if something that I mentioned in this video has resonated with you and has hit a nerve with you or hit a chord with you, ring your doctor, call your doctor. Just because we're in the middle of a pandemic doesn't mean your mental health is any less important. And if you are really struggling, which I'm sure a lot of people will be in our current situation, whether you live in the UK, Ireland, America, wherever you live, we are all affected by this and we are all going to be mentally different coming out of this. So yeah, make sure that you are doing okay mentally, and if not, reach out to someone and reach out to your doctor for help. So the medication I'm going to talk about today is the first medication I tried, which is Sertraline. Sertraline goes by the brand name Zoloft in America, so for my American viewers I'm talking about Zoloft. It was used to treat my suspected major depressive disorder. So we thought at the start my bipolar kind of reared its head as very depression heavy and very low mood heavy, which is often the case with type 2 bipolar sufferers, and that's what kind of makes it very different to type 1, which is a whole other video entirely. This was to treat my anxiety and suspected major depressive disorder. So Sertraline is an SSRI, and SSRI stands for Selective Serotonin Reuptake Inhibitors. Boom, nailed it. And they basically allow you to make more serotonin in your brain and make you feel happy. For people who aren't familiar with those like wordings, serotonin is the chemical in your brain that basically makes you feel high, makes you feel happy. So I have several friends that take serotonin, that take sertraline, and they have nothing but great things to say about it now. At the start they had a few side effects, but it very much works for them, and they have been taking it for a while and they really like how it's making them feel. But unfortunately it didn't work well for me. It wasn't the right fit for me. I had some of the common side effects, but some resulted in me not being able to take this medication anymore. So I'm going to reel off some of the side effects that I experienced, because I'm going to do this from my point of view and from how I experienced taking sertraline. I had migraines, like headaches, but really bad headaches, where I had to sit in a dark room, cover my eyes, I couldn't do anything. Fatigue, I was tired all the time, I didn't want to do anything, I had no motivation. All I wanted to do was lie in bed, not do anything, not speak to anyone, sleep for 23 out of the 24 hours of the day. And I started taking this when I was in uni, which obviously isn't really great, because I had no motivation to do my uni work. I had no like energy to do anything. Thankfully I was back with my parents when I started taking this medication. The like kind of not so common side effects that came up were shaking. And not just like, I shake all the time because I don't have a steady hand, but I was like quaking. That's the only way I can describe it. It was like I was cold and I was shivering all the time, and that can like make you feel really nauseous, and like just shaking all day every day was not it. Another thing was my teeth would chatter, so they would like ASMR. Like these side effects went on and on and on. They didn't stop, they got worse the more I kept taking it, and like I knew there was going to be side effects in the first few weeks, but by the 5th week my doctor was kind of like, well, I don't know why you're still not adjusting to it. Another thing was dizziness. Because I was shaking so much, I wasn't very steady on my feet, so I would sway a lot. So I'm someone that gets very like motion sick. So when I would sway a lot, I would feel really nauseous, didn't really want to eat anything. So for a good couple of weeks I lost a lot of weight because I was going to the gym to try and boost my serotonin. So I get really dizzy, which isn't ideal. I would also get really vivid dreams. They weren't necessarily bad dreams like some other medications have made me have, but they were very vivid, very like I'd taken hallucinogenics and was like tripping on acid or something. It was weird. They were really weird dreams, and I still get weird dreams, but they're nowhere near as bad as the dreams I got in Sertraline. It was like, if you've played the game Little Nightmares, it was a little bit like that, but with a lot more fluorescent colours. Just a lot of heads, necks growing, and yeah, it was weird. So like I mentioned earlier, it takes around 4 to 6 weeks to kind of settle in your brain and for the serotonin to level out and for the medication to really know what it's doing. Much like when you start a new job, it takes like a couple weeks to settle. Yeah, I took it for a while. It really worked for my anxiety. Really, like, it was amazing. I was getting my confidence back. My depression was kind of not showing at all. If it would, I would kind of shake it off really easily. But the main problem and the reason why it didn't work for me was that it made my hypomania a lot worse. It made me put myself in really dangerous situations, made me take a lot more risks than I normally would, made me, I would smoke a lot more, drink a lot more, loads and loads of things that I wouldn't really normally do to that extent. And I think that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's quite scary to be vulnerable and honest on your YouTube channel. The biggest thing that my doctor told me to look out for when starting this medication was if my mood dropped so low that I was considering suicide. And on the other end of the spectrum, it was so high that I thought my life again was in danger just by reckless acts and risks. Those are the two things I had to look out for. It's kind of scary when you first take medication, because you have to tell the people around you that you're on medication, and I especially in my experience had to tell people to look out for these signs, because I was really bad at, in the moment, recognising when I was acting manic, when I was being really low, when I was kind of slipping back into a low mood or slipping back into a high mood. And so that's why I think my friends and my family around me have got really good at knowing when I do certain things what's going to happen next. But again, I'm completely unpredictable, and every now and then I throw a spanner in the works that surprises them. So the main thing that I got told with all of my medications was, do not stop taking them abruptly. If you think your medication isn't working, do not stop taking it. Don't just stop. It can actually have detrimental effects on your mind and your mental health. It can also put you in a kind of withdrawal state. So always chat to your doctor before you stop taking a medication, and only stop taking it if and when they tell you. So on my final note, I in no way wanted to make this video to scare you or to stop you from taking sertraline. If you are taking sertraline and that works for you, that is fantastic. I'm so happy you found something that works for you. This is only my experience, my personal experience with sertraline, and it didn't work, and that's okay because there are 1,100, that wasn't a right number, but there are millions of other combinations of drugs that you can try, and that I will try in the future probably, that will probably work for me. And like I said previously, I know so many people that take sertraline and it works amazingly well for them. Please talk to your doctor about your next steps and about what you can do to make sure you are getting the best care for your mental health. I know it's really cliche to say, but there is only one of you, and I think you're pretty great. Just because we're in the middle of a pandemic doesn't mean you can't look after your mental health, and that your mental health is any less important than the rest of your body. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a pretty heavy topic. I will leave some links in the description if any things that I've spoken about have triggered you or upset you or brought some emotions up that you kind of want to seek help for. Yeah, I hope you have a super wonderful day, week, month, year, whatever you are doing, and I will see you next time. Bye! I don't know why that's my outro. Oh, I can't talk. I can't talk properly. I don't know why that's my outro now, but